Okay, let's get going. Yeah, actually, it's the funny part. Like, seriously, it's remarkable. Okay, so first thing we're going to do is we're going to look at our fractions. We have to know our fraction skills, non-calculator. We can use the calculator to help us. Hey, pay attention. But don't use your ABC button. Okay, you need to understand the concepts, such as the green poster with the pajamas. Okay? The pajamas tell us that the bottoms must be the same denominator. And then we don't change the denominator in our final answer, but we add or subtract the tops of the fractions. All these fraction skills you'll be using with numbers and letters, words and letters. So you need to be strong on them. That's why I'm going to show the intermediate step every time, so that you're really getting the middle part. Don't use the fraction button on your calculator. And I know the person sitting right in front of me, I said it twice, she still used it, because when she came up to check, it's like she skipped a step and then she had the answer. Duh, fraction button. Don't use it. Okay? So common denominator, 2 and 4, what would be the common denominator for this question? 4. Okay, now the old school, you go 2, and you do your factors. 2, 4, 6, 8, who do we appreciate? 4, the factors would be 4, 8, 12. Now 8 works, but 8 is not the lowest common multiple, lowest common denominator. Okay? Always take your low number and make it higher. Try not to go backwards and make a higher one lower for the sake of adding. So what will we multiply the first fraction by? 2. Top and bottom. And so our answer then would be 2 over 4. The second one we wouldn't change, it'd be 3 over 4. Then we could add. So sometimes one of the denominators is the common denominator. Is that the case for B? Is one of these the common denominators, 5 and 7? No. So what trick works every single time? Matthew? Yeah, so we multiply by the opposite one, okay? So here we go times 7 times 7, and we get 14 over 35. And here we go times 5 times 5, negative 25 over 35. Common denominator, 35. Now it's important that the bottoms are exactly the same. Okay. Please go ahead, complete C and D, show your work. Go, complete C and D, show your work. Okay, what about C? What's your common denominator? 55. So this one is times 5 times 5, and you get 25 over 55. This one is times 11 times 11, so you get 33 over negative 55. Is that correct? Iqbal, what do you want to add?
So like, wouldn't it be different as the negative?
Yeah, that's right. So this is not good, because otherwise, if you're adding and subtracting, you're not using 33. It's not correct. You should be using negative 33. So you can do two things. Just adjust your negative sign to the top, or what's the other thing? Multiply by negative 11. Okay, now yeah, you're right. You could have just read it up front. That's true too. So hey, well done. Okay, but get it out of the basement. Pre? Nope. No, yeah. Got it? Okay. What about D? What's the denominator? 21. So this one's a little bit easier. You could, but try and avoid that, because you don't want to make this one smaller, because sometimes when you get in the habit, you do something like that. And now you got like a decimal frac, which isn't correct. Okay, so usually we'll try to make your smaller one bigger. But you're right, it's good to see that you could have done it, and it does work for this one. However, it doesn't work for a lot of ones, and then people do this stuff. So I try and say avoid that. Okay? Good. So 15 over 21, and this is 3 over 21. It does not change. Okay. Converting. We've already done this. When you convert, you're taking out a group of 2 from your mixed number. So 1 times 2 equals 2, plus the 1 that's already there gives you 3 over 2. Okay? Your mixed number refers to the groups of the denominator. Go ahead, convert B, C, and D. What should you do with your negative sign? Ignore it when you're converting. Okay, it does not involve itself in your conversions? Go ahead, complete those, please. So, okay, here we go. 5 times 7, use the positive value, which is 35. So you get positive 35 plus 4, 39 over 7. Your negative sign is completely ignored. You just have to make sure you keep it and add it there. But it's not involved in your conversion at all. Okay? It is not involved in your conversion. B will be 2 times 4, which equals 8, plus the 3, 11 over 4. Here, it's 4 times 15. It must be positive, so you get positive 60, plus the 2. So you get 62 over 15, and then you just take your negative sign and put it forward, so it's negative 62 over 15. Do not involve your negative sign in any conversions. Yeah. Well, Dilpreet, that is the best place for it. I don't mind if it's in the middle. I always avoid the bottom because we always forget about if it's in the bottom. Okay? Because when you're doing more math, then you're not doing it properly if it's stuck in the bottom. Okay? All right, adding and subtracting. So what do you need in order to add or subtract? Common denominator. So here we have it. So the middle step, which I do want you to show, because you need to be able to work backwards in grade 10, so you need to work forwards properly in grade 9 and understand this middle step. That is so important. Don't cheat and use your calculator or you're doing yourself a disservice and it's going to be really hard for you. Okay?
So you have to the 3 plus 4?
Yes, please do that for today. Later in your work you can get away from it a little bit, but just to make sure you really get the idea, I would write it down about 10 times today. Okay. Next one, same idea. 2 plus 7 over 15, 9 over 15. But that's not the best answer. What do we have to do? Simplify. So what should I do? Divide them both by
3.
Okay. Now make sure you show both the top and the bottom being divided. That's important. Don't just write 1 divide by 3 because that's incorrect. Okay, you divide them both. Show as much as you can, and then later on show a bit less, okay? All right, for C, what should we do? First of all, brackets, what do we have to do with our signs? Simplify. So please write down the top. Right, so grade 9 work, we're starting to get now into all those negative stuff where you gotta be careful. So up top, you should just write down 19 minus 10. What's our answer? Colin? Make sure we're working. Don't just watch me do math. Iqbal? 9 over 21. Is that a good answer, though? No. What do we have to do? Simplify. Reduce it to lowest terms. So divide by 3, divide by 3, 3 over 7. Okay. D, what do we have to get first? Common denominator, which is 12. Okay. Go ahead, do that. Get a common denominator. Then show the middle step. And then your answer. Go. Finish that one yourself. So we multiply tops and bottoms by 3. 9 over 3 times 4 times 4. 8. 9 plus 8 over 12. Total of 17 over 12. Now, in higher level math, we leave it like that. But I know you guys get all concerned about it, so we can take out one whole group of 12, and how many would be remaining? 5. Hands to yourself, please, Sahib. Okay, so 1 and 5 over 12. How many people got that? Hands up. All right. Any questions at all? Okay, next one. So this one is pretty simple one. What can we do here? Any ideas? Add the whole numbers, right? With the mixed numbers, you can simply go 3 plus 7, and then 4 plus 2 on top. So the 3 plus 7 becomes 10, and what's the fraction? 6 over 5. What do you guys think about that answer, though? Is it a good answer? No. Why? Yeah, because it's improper. It's an improper mixed fraction. So fix it. Take out another group of 5 from the top. Take out another group. So you get 11, and then what's remaining up top? 1. Okay. Now the next, sorry, someone have a question? Yep, Dilpreet? I took out another group of 5, right? So it's not, I took it out of the 6, so I get 11 groups of 5, and then 6 minus 5 would equal 1, so there's 1 remaining. Okay, taking out a group of 5. Number F is really complicated. Yeah, go ahead, Chloe.
Why did you add the whole numbers instead of putting them into
Good question. Number 1, it's a bit of a shortcut. That's the short answer. Now I'll just show you real quickly. So 3 and 4 over 5 would be 19 over 5, plus 7 times 5, 37 over 5. So the total is what? 56 over 5. So I can take out 11 groups of 5, which equals 55. So I can take out 11 groups, and then I'd have 1 remaining. So it totally works. When you're adding, maybe not, but when you're subtracting, I always do it. Okay, and I'll show you right now. You got to watch out for false negatives. Whenever you're subtracting, it's always good practice and somewhat best practice to change these to improper. So 2 groups of 7 is 14, plus the 3 is 17 over 7. Minus, right, fix your signs, minus 3 groups of 3, which is what? 9 plus 2, 11. So 3 times 3 equals 9, plus 2 equals 11. So now I need a common denominator of what? 21. So this would be, ooh, geez, times 3 times 3, 51. Times 7 times 7, well, that one's easy, 77. So now I'm correctly getting a negative answer. But if I didn't do it properly, if I would have got like -1 and -5 over 21. And that's weird. So if you get something weird, or you get like a negative answer, like 1 and -3 over 5, it shouldn't be on your numerator. You should have it over here, which means you did something weird. Okay, so you get weird stuff, go to improper fractions. No one likes being weird. Go to improper fractions. Okay, so this would be what, 26? So you can take out a whole group and 5 remaining. No. Yeah, there we go. Thanks, guys. So there we go. Any questions? Okay. Yeah, Kobe?
The reason you minus is because you just simplify the
Sign. Yeah, good question. Yeah, Sid? Absolutely. Quiz, no, not coming up. Quiz will be converting decimals to fractions and evaluating how many negative signs are in the fraction and reducing to lowest terms. Yeah, for sure. But you gotta show your work, right? Anything else? Usually it's no calculator, but you gotta show your work. All right.